My oh my. I don't post too many of the tech videos, but one of my last videos was about my main computer dying. Well, I got to digging around and I had this thing, which this case is actually, this is literally the first computer I ever bought with my own money. The case was. The original motherboard has since been thrown away and several other computers built into it. But it's an AM3 board. It's an AM3 Plus board. I don't know what CPU is in it. I actually first tried swapping the CPU out of this computer, out of this old thing. Whatever AM3 this was. I tried putting it in that motherboard and seeing if it would turn on. And the board still would not post anything. So I went ahead and took my 6-core and put it in this AM3 board. And the hard drive that was in that one. And it's doing stuff. It may work. I don't know, I may keep it in the, if it does work, I may keep it in this case for a little while. Just for nostalgia factor and all. So I've had this case forever. I bought it when it was new. It was a package deal with no monitor, and no one wanted to buy it, so I bought it. It was like $300. That was how I got into it, really. But the case is quite. It's very Dell. We'll say that, with the snappy plastic holders or whatnot, and it's kind of small. I actually have a new case. I have a brand new case back there that I was gonna do for my new build. But it probably can actually, this is like a standard ATX board, or it's not quite micro ATX. But it should actually fit in that case, whereas that one was a full tower. I got it for like $70 when I bought that board, so it wasn't too bad of a deal. But that new case I have won't take a full-size board. So yeah, I guess we'll see if this thing works. We're sitting at 80% getting devices ready, whatever that means. So yeah, we may still have a pewter. We'll see how it goes.
You need to flex them a bit just to get them to play nicely sometimes. My forearm. Ugh.
Well, look at that. All my stuff's there. Yeah. It's probably kind of losing its mind right now. It's sort of waking up in a different country at this point. The hard drive's been swapped into a different motherboard. CPU's been swapped into a different motherboard. Put my RAM in there. This thing only has 2 RAM slots. Which is somewhat detrimental. I only had 3 sticks of RAM in it to begin with. It had 10 gigs of RAM. I had it kind of just like spread between my DDR3 computers. So I pretty much had like 3 computers with 10 gigs of RAM in them. Because you know, you gotta have the RAM. But it looks like it works. Let's see if we get the task manager up here. Whoa. This mouse is a little sketchy. Okay, I right-clicked. It's a little busy. Oh, Twitch is trying to load. Steam is probably going to try to update. Oh shit. It's going to be angry. I don't have the SSDs hooked up. Looks like I might have to dust this mofo off and stick it in the new case. Yeah, I don't have the internet plugged in. Mouse, please. Come on. What is happening? I might have to switch mice. I think this is just the mouse having an issue. Some good front ports. Oh, those are what crusty front ports. Let's try it out. Yep. Alright. I think it's still, I don't know if it, continued that right click or not. There we go. Yeah, Windows 10 on a standard hard drive is very chuggy. 6 cores. It's only showing 4 gigs of RAM. Okay, committed 6. What? Available. In use. Oh, it's using 2.3. Slots used 2 of 2. What? Whatever. We'll figure that out. But hey, it works. I guess I'm gonna hook this thing up to the internet and see if it's still usable on this motherboard. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this motherboard. I didn't even know I had another AM3 Plus board. This is just a tiny little gigabyte board. I think this was the actual system that was in the red case when I got it, because we actually we sold a car and got that as part payment, that whole computer. And I eventually replaced stuff. The case is pretty solid though. Like, it's skinned out like this. It's probably about as heavy as that Dell with the power supply in it, and that thing doesn't have anything but a motherboard in it. It's pretty beefy. Yeah, that's cool. I may yet still have a half decent computer. I'll eventually have to, if this does work, if this board does work out for me, I'll have to take that one apart again. At least take the video card out of it, because this is a 750. Yeah, NVIDIA 750. I had a 650 Ti, but it doesn't like to post. It doesn't like to stay on. Like, you get into a game and it'll work for a little bit, and then just the whole computer will shut off for no reason. It gets up to about 67 degrees and it turns the whole computer off. But yeah, might swap some stuff around and do a build in this case over here. My SSDs are already in there. It's hard to see. Yeah, my SSDs are already in there, nice and zip tied together. Got a cheesy power supply in it. I'm probably going to use the Cobra one I have, even though it's off-brand. I think it's a little bit bigger. I think that's a 500 watt. I have like a 650 somewhere in here. Yeah, this is what I do when I get bored. It's too hot outside. All right, so we got her up in the air over here at the main control center with the cords. Just ignore it. I dug around a bit, and we got 2 4 gig sticks of RAM in here. So we got a full 8 gigs. No, it says 7.7. You get it. You get it. Yeah, get that. We got RAM in there. Seems to be working. I'm actually going to go ahead and try to edit this video on this computer, and we'll see how well this setup does. Maybe. I think it'll do okay. It's just kind of, this board is very limiting. It's only got 1 fan header. It's only got the 2 RAM slots. It's got my same CPU, so hopefully there's not much detriment to running the video editing software. As long as it'll do that, I should still be able to at least use this computer to do that. And then after that, I guess we'll try, I'll just turn this computer off. We'll pull the video card out and swap it in my 1050 Ti. We'll swap it in there, and then I'll see if it'll play any games. And I guess if it does that, then next week I'll probably tear it down, dust it out, and put it in the new case. So, I guess it'll probably be in the description of whether or not this thing is gonna perform for what I need it to do. Yeah, I'm gonna get DaVinci reinstalled on here, because it was actually installed on the SSDs, which are in the other case. There was only a few things installed on the SSDs. It was mostly just the games, the video editing software. I think there was some small just stuff stored on there because it was only like a 90 gig setup with the RAID drive. Yep, let's see what it does.